Imagine a world with no grocery stores, no doctors, no houses. A world where your next meal isn't guaranteed, and every shadow could hide a predator. This was the reality for our ancient ancestors. How did they not just survive, but thrive and eventually populate the entire planet? The answer is a story of incredible ingenuity, social bonds, and a deep connection to the natural world. It wasn't about being the strongest or the fastest. It was about being the smartest and most cooperative species on Earth. Let's rewind the clock way back. Before cities, before agriculture, even before written language. We're talking about the Paleolithic era, the Old Stone Age. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. Their entire world was the wilderness, and their toolkit was made of stone, wood, and bone. Life was a constant challenge. Finding food, securing water, and seeking shelter were daily, life-or-death tasks. You couldn't just pop down to the corner store for a loaf of bread. Your grocery store was the vast, untamed landscape around you. So, what was on the menu? A lot more than you might think. Ancient humans were expert foragers. They knew their environment intimately. They could identify hundreds of different plants, knowing which ones were edible, which were medicinal, and which were poisonous. They gathered fruits, nuts, seeds, roots, and tubers. Think of it like a massive natural pantry, but you had to know exactly what you were looking for. This knowledge wasn't written down in books. It was passed down through generations, taught from parent to child, a living library of survival wisdom. A single mistake, eating the wrong berry, could be fatal. But plants were only part of the diet. Protein was crucial, and that meant hunting. This wasn't a solo sport. Hunting large animals like mammoths, bison, or giant deer was a team effort that required incredible coordination, communication, and courage. Our ancestors developed sophisticated hunting strategies. They would track animals for days, learning their habits and patterns. They used the landscape to their advantage, driving herds into narrow ravines or off cliffs. It was a high-risk, high-reward activity. A successful hunt meant a feast for the entire group, providing not just meat, but also hides for clothing and shelter, and bones for tools. And the tools they used were masterpieces of Stone Age engineering. Don't let the name Stone Age fool you. Making these tools was a highly skilled craft. By striking one stone against another in a process called flint knapping, they could create razor-sharp edges. They made hand axes for chopping wood and butchering animals, sharp flakes for cutting, and spear points for hunting. These weren't just crude rocks. They were precisely crafted instruments, each designed for a specific purpose. Over time, these tools became more refined and specialized. They developed spear throwers, or otlots, which acted like an extension of the arm, allowing them to hurl spears with greater force and accuracy. This was a technological revolution that changed the game, making them far more effective hunters. Of course, fire was perhaps the single most important technology they controlled. The ability to make and manage fire was a massive turning point. Fire provided warmth, allowing humans to survive in colder climates and expand into new territories. It provided light, extending the day and keeping nocturnal predators at bay. And most importantly, it transformed their diet. Cooking food not only made it tastier and easier to chew, but it also killed harmful bacteria and unlocked more nutrients. This boost in energy from cooked food is thought by many scientists to have been a key factor in the development of our larger, more complex brains. Fire became the heart of the camp, a place for social gathering, storytelling, and community bonding. Speaking of community, this is the real secret to their success. Ancient humans were not lone wolves. They lived in small, mobile groups, often extended family units of about 20 to 50 people. In this tight-knit community, cooperation was everything. They shared food, cared for the sick and elderly, and protected each other from danger. There was no I, only we. This social structure was their greatest strength. The elders held the knowledge. The young adults did the heavy lifting of hunting and gathering, and everyone helped in raising the children. This collective effort ensured that the group as a whole would survive, even when individuals faced hardship. This deep-seated need for social connection is still a fundamental part of who we are today. Life was nomadic. They didn't have permanent homes. They followed the seasons and the migrations of animals, moving from place to place to take advantage of available resources. Their shelters were temporary and built from whatever materials were on hand. They might use caves or rock overhangs for natural protection. In open areas, they would construct simple huts from branches, animal hides, and mammoth bones. These weren't mansions, but they provided crucial shelter from the wind, rain, and snow. Their entire existence was a masterclass in adaptability. But it wasn't all just about survival. Our ancestors had rich inner lives. They were creative and spiritual beings. They developed language to communicate complex ideas, plan for the future, and pass on knowledge. And they created art, deep within caves in places like Lascaux in France and Altamira in Spain. They painted stunning images of the animals they hunted: bison, horses, and deer. These weren't just doodles. They are vibrant, powerful works of art that have survived for tens of thousands of years. Why did they create them? Were they part of hunting rituals, shamanistic visions, or were they simply telling the stories of their lives? We may never know for sure, but these paintings give us a profound glimpse into the minds of our ancestors. They show us that they weren't just surviving. They were thinking, feeling, and trying to make sense of their world. They also carved small sculptures, like the famous Venus figurines, and crafted jewelry from shells, teeth, and bone. They had a sense of beauty and symbolism. Let's think about health. Without modern medicine, a simple infection or a broken bone could be a death sentence. Yet, they managed. Their active lifestyle and varied unprocessed diet likely kept them free from many of the chronic diseases we face today. They had a deep knowledge of medicinal plants to treat ailments. And evidence shows they cared for the sick and injured. Skeletons have been found of individuals who survived for years with debilitating injuries, which would have been impossible without the constant care of their group. They understood the importance of community support in healing. So, let's put it all together. How did they survive? They survived by being incredibly intelligent and adaptable. They possessed a vast ecological knowledge that we have largely lost today. They were master toolmakers and innovators who harnessed the power of fire. But above all, they survived because they were social. They built strong communities based on cooperation, sharing, and mutual support. They understood that together, they were stronger than any individual could ever be alone. When we look back at our ancient ancestors, we shouldn't see them as simple or primitive. We should see them as pioneers, the original survivors who faced a world of challenges with courage and ingenuity. They laid the foundation for everything that was to come. Their legacy is written in our DNA, in our social instincts, and in our unyielding capacity to adapt and overcome. They proved that you don't need a civilization to be civilized. You just need each other. Think about it. In our modern world, filled with technology and comfort, how long would you last if it all disappeared tomorrow? Could you find food, build a shelter, and make fire? The skills that were second nature to our ancestors have become a mystery to most of us. Their story isn't just a history lesson. It's a powerful reminder of our own resilience and the fundamental importance of community and our connection to the natural world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into our incredible past.